can't even, it's hard to compute, but at the same time, I've been really, really blessed, I'll tell you. But about 7 years into our marriage, we separated. We separated for 7 months. And it was that time that another life-changing moment for me. I had to decide, what I was going to do. Was I going to play music, or was I going to really go for putting my family, or try to put my family back together? And I chose to do that. That's what I chose to do. And so there was amen. It was a life-changing moment. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But there was a period of time, where music, it wasn't a part of my life. I did some, a little bit here, a little bit there. And, I became a pastor, and I pastor a little church in Colorado now called Calvary Chapel. And my worship leader, I think he'll be here in just a minute. I think the train is going to stop, and he'll be getting off. I'm sure he will, But, we became good friends, started writing songs together, started writing, I like to call them worship songs, devotional songs. So we'd write these together, became good friends, and we'd go off and play these little twosome things, because Scott, and if you've ever heard the band, he's just a terrific musician, he plays, he's got a bunch of instruments stacked up over here right now, but great musician, and here's how music got really back in, after taking this little hiatus. I had a friend who was a disc jockey in Boulder, Colorado. He's on a station called KBCO. Is this okay to talk to you about these stories? Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to bore you. But, because I never know I don't have a script. But this friend of mine who was on the radio back in Boulder, and this was back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. He'd moved to California, and he started promoting concerts at a place called Humphreys by the Bay in San Diego. And he called me because he was a good friend, and our lives had intertwined in so many different ways back in Boulder. And he said, Richie, why don't you come out and just do a show here at Humphreys? And I said, come on, I haven't played for I don't know how many years, and I didn't think I could do it. And he said, let me look and see if I can find an act for you to open up for. And I talked to Scott, and I said, Scott, man, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, we can do it. And I said, I don't know. Yeah, we can do it. And sure enough, Kenny calls back and he says, I got the perfect opening act for you. Stephen Stills. So I told Scott, and he was ecstatic. He said, let's do it, And so we put together, and we, then we just started playing around, doing, just little duets. He's such a great, musician that I just love having him out here, and I love to bring him out here for you right now. So I can't talk to him. I heard the whistle blowing, coming down the track. Oh, but we've had a good ride too. There was that little, time of doing all that other music, and then there's a hiatus, and then here we are, and part of the journey, was right here. And he's really the one that kind of encouraged me to start, doing music again, because I really thought it was over. I thought my whole musical career was over, and he said, no, we can go out and play some songs. I remember the feeling not so long ago. The kids came dancing, their hearts and romance, and the music was like polka. with a heart of rhythm and soul. Do you remember then how it was when it all began? Do you remember then how the music made you feel when it all began? New York and Boston, yeah, we sure had some fun. Summer nights in the park when the music would start. Ooh, what a time and then some. We sat together, a good feeling to know. Yeah, we turned it up loud, gave our hearts to the crowd.